Hi, everyone. Hello. Thank you for being here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time you're watching. It's the perfect time. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If so inclined, please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you are moved to do so. And if not, that's okay too. Um, so before getting, hi, I'm Holly. I'm Psychic Medium. This is a general reading. It cannot apply for everyone, so please, close to the number one rule of all psychic work and mediumship work is don't fight to make it fit for you and your life. Just take what resonates and leave the rest, and someone else will take it, or it may resonate with you later on. Okay, so I wanted to start with and I like using cards as a general starting off point. So, what was that? Chameleon, huh? Of course, chameleon spirit. Be adaptable is the message from chameleon. So, and that doesn't make sense. Why is she talking about chameleons all of a sudden? Well, the Colette Baron Reed Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle deck is what I used right before getting rolling here, because I wanted to go ahead and shuffle and call for divine intervention and help for the collective and what are the messages. And cards came out, 4 cards came out. 1 flew off to the side, and I knew that was the dominant energy for the collective today. The top 3 are 3 individual. With this deck, it's just a little different, I guess, how I look at it. I don't see this as a continuous spread or path that unfolds necessarily. Sometimes, maybe, but for the most part, these are distinct individual energies from our animal allies that, when they have messages for us because of the dominant characteristics of that species or whatever. All right, so the first one, so whichever one, if any of them resonate, think about what the message is for you. It will be different for each one of you. This is a very, I'm just talking too much. Let me get into it. All right, armadillo spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Don't really know that looks like an armadillo, but you know what I'm getting with armadillo? Don't move too slowly. And here's why. I was traveling to another location, another completely different area from where I live. And it was a place with a lot of armadillos. And I'd never seen them before, never been around them before. And I didn't realize how slow they are. And there was all this, and I felt so badly for them. There was all these armadillo roadkill just all over the side of the highway. Or not even the highway. Well, it was a highway, but it was going through a state that was not, anyway, so it wasn't like the big overpass freeways, okay? But, and I thought, my gosh, every time I see a poor little animal that's being killed on the road, I always say, thank you, Mother and Father God, for blessing its spirit in your presences. And after a while, I just said, Dear God and Goddess, please speed these little guys up. I just thought, my Lord, they're so slow. And there were so many of them. So the message, I think, if armadillo is speaking to you, well, all I can say is that truck is coming, and it's moving faster than you. All right, because I very clearly got that image in my head of going on that trip. And it was not a happy trip. I was on the way to a funeral, of all things. So it was it's like, man. Anyway. But armadillos are also very prehistoric looking. So I guess it is just, anyway. Take it for what it is for you. All right, the next one is dolphin spirit. It says this and that are true. For whatever reason, I just completely ignore what the card says on these and go with what I feel like it means, dolphin spirit. This has a very special meaning for me, and They're intelligent. They communicate. They problem solve. They show gratitude. They have their own language. And I have two dolphin agates that I found at a secondhand store. So, and I just absolutely love them. And okay, I'll say it: the Dolphin King, King. This is someone who is very aware of their emotions and is sometimes a little down on themselves for feeling too emotional. But you know what? It's okay. All right. I love that card. It's a beautiful card. All right, the next one, this is going to be for a third group. Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, sometimes it does. But you know what? Unless you've got like a massive allergy, it's not going to kill you. And, oh, I hear it. Thank you, Spirit, because I was like, yeah, wasp, whatever. Which is not good for a reading, okay? It's not what you say in a reading. So Spirit, thank you. Spirit always steps in. That's what I rely on. It's not me intellectualizing my way through. Like, they'll give me an immediate vision, image, thought, word, and it's like, oh, that's what it is. Okay, and then I just kind of know, which is a form of clairvoyance and claircognizance. Those are the two clairs at play, and clairaudience, because I always hear them talk to me. So wasp Spirit, what they're saying is, don't let, sometimes the fear of being stung is worse than the sting. Okay, so there are two readings for this card. That's one. So sometimes you just have to face your fear and do it. The other one is be prepared. There could be someone who does not have your best interests at heart and is just looking for the opportunity for a gotcha moment. And the gotcha moment being the sting. People like that, I heard the word comeuppance. That's an interesting old word. But you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to do anything about it. You just keep living your life. This person will get what they get because others are aware and will not buy into it. Those who love drama will, but those aren't your people anyway. They're not in your circle. All right. The last one that came out, now this is for everyone. This is for the collective because it immediately landed face up on the floor. And as soon as I saw it, it was like, oh, this is for everyone. And transformation is beautiful, and it's the butterfly spirit. And it really is just, it's a beautiful card. They're beautiful creatures, beautiful beings, and they go through so many transformations. So the overarching dominant energy for this spirit ally, animal ally, and I know it's a butterfly and I'm calling it an animal, but they're non-human, so I'm calling them animals. The dominant energy is respect and honor all your cycles and changes. Honor where you are because it is preparing you for the next place. And that is the biggest message they want you to hear. If you don't hear anything else for the rest of this reading, that's what they want you to hear. Okay. All right. So I have my enormous mug, but look, it's got pretty roses all over it. Isn't that nice? I've used this before. I just love it. I got it when the store Tuesday Morning used to be in existence. Oh, I loved that place. You could get a ton of stuff for cheap, and it was always lovely. So, oh well. I found my rose mug there when they were still open, so happy, happy. Okay. Not these yet. All right. Okay, let's go to the Higher Self Oracle. Man, I've been on a roll with these this week. The Higher Self Oracle by Deanna Marie Riddick. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Mother and Father God, Spirit Guides and Guardians, beloved elementals, all that is right and holy, please come into this reading. Please come into this reading. The Protectorate. They've been here big time. They came in last night because I could feel some weird energy trying to step in. And they've been with me. All right, why are you... Okay, do I need these? They say look at them. Oh. Oh, that's too funny. This is too funny. All right. So this came out yesterday, and I think the day before, and probably the day before. It was just sticking right out of the top. Courage and the lion. The celestial lion with the stars in its mane. Isn't that lovely? Something shifted. Something changed. Something's changed. Something has changed. Stepping into strength and power. Whereas I think previously, I'd have to go back and watch again to refresh my memory. I think it was being willing to step into your own personal authority and power. But I feel like this has now happened, or it's happening today. Someone is coming into their own, and in a big, strong way. Once this person unleashes truly who they are and doesn't hold back, wow, that's a force to be reckoned with. The one on the bottom, freedom. Look at that beautiful sun above. And the wingspan outstretched. This has a different, this is not related to that one. This is spirit coming in. I think it could be a big weekend for spirit activity and spirit coming in. What is the message, please? I can feel you around. What is the message? I feel like somebody's trying to talk through like a wind tunnel, and that long, hard to hear, echoey kind of sound. Where are you? I opened up to success and strength. So, who do we have? Who do we have? Hold on, guys. All right, I'm going to sit with this a minute, and then we'll see if that took care of it. I asked, I had to get some divine intervention involved and ask them to get this spirit and bring it close so I could figure out what was going on. This is someone who was a female, struggling, and truly felt like they were caught up in a hurricane or a tornado. I tried to merge those two words. Boy, I'm having trouble today. It was like they were in a swirling tornado, and they felt like they were being chased. But I'm like, I'm not getting anyone else. So I just asked, please scoop them up, surround them, and take them through, sort it out there. So I'm pretty sure that's yeah, that's what happened. All right. You never know. You just never know. And one thing, a tip I have found is that the more you do, and when you're doing this daily, or you actively are open to receiving on a daily basis, it ramps up pretty fast, you know. So the more you do, the more it comes in. All right, so I'm asking for the dominant energies, and they said take the one off the top. And this is the 9 of coins, or the 9 of pentacles. This person is coming into harvest. They're coming into their own. They're coming into prosperity. Look at that, dapper, and you know what? The dogwoods. The dogwoods are in bloom, so it's spring, so it's right around the corner. Oh, and we're in spring. Happy spring! So yeah, we finally made it to spring, but it's still kind of cold out. Look at that white peacock behind. You know what? Peacocks are very often symbols because of the eye on some of the feathers of spirituality and spiritual practices and all that is spiritual in the woo-woo world, you know. So I would think a white peacock would be being at one's best, being at one's most receptive and open, and working with the highest vibration. And this person standing next to the dogwoods, ready, or the dogwood tree, ready for a, looks like the old-fashioned, you know what it reminds me of? That movie, Meet Me in St. Louis, with Judy Garland. So sort of that turn of the century, getting ready to take a stroll to go court his lovely companion. I don't know, something like that. Spring. So I don't know, interesting. And now they're saying take this one. Odd shuffle today. The Knight of Wands. All right, winning that race. And red. Notice the red. So this is something big and fiery. Things are changing. And I have a feeling when it changes, it's going to be like boom, fast. But then again, that was the armadillo message. So, you know, I guess, I don't know. So for some of you, I think the biggest part of the collective, I think this is just an again, the overarching dominant energy is just fast movement and change. We are almost at the end of March. And man, it's just going to go fast. March went much faster than January and February, or it felt like it to me. But we are getting ready to go into, I just heard the words season of change. This is not change to be worried about. This is only change to be worried about is not even to worry about, it's just where you are, is if you fight it. Because then it's just going to be a constant battle. Better things are coming your way, and that's what I'm hearing. Better things are coming your way. Better things are coming your way. So they don't want you to get stuck in your head. This is a prison of the mind. All she has to do is stand up. Stand up. She's taller than those swords, and she can walk around them. She's not imprisoned. So, if you fight change, and change could be anything from big stuff to like lifestyle, relocation, change of job, big things like that, or birth of a child, or a loss. But it doesn't feel like anything that heavy. This one came out, or sticking out, they want me to take that one. It doesn't feel like anything bad. It just feels like change. And so sometimes change could be small, like you decide you're going to change the way you're going to cut out sugar for a month, which that can be, like, if I had to cut out coffee, I'd fight you. I know I would. Oh, look, this one came out again. So am I not finished with this card? Did I miss something? Let's take over, Spirit. Why did this dapper guy come out twice? Oh, and I don't think they wanted me to look at the tree. It's not a dogwood, it's a tulip poplar. That looks like a tulip poplar. There's some symbolism around that. Tulip poplar. Those are gorgeous trees. Truly flowering, beautiful, beautiful color. If you're in an area where they're common, I don't really know a whole lot about them. Look them up. Look up a tulip poplar tree and see what you can find about it, what it symbolizes, when they blossom. Most of them do in the spring, possibly summer. That might be a later blooming summer tree. I don't know. But there's something significant about it, something And I'm hearing a wreath and a garland around the head, around the heart. You're moving into your season of change. All things in divine timing, and when it does happen, whatever the change is that you're looking for, you will know it, you will feel it, you will sense it, and it will be complete, and you will be good and comfortable with it. Do not fear the voice of change. Do not fear change in and of itself. Change happens every single time you breathe and every single time you wake in the morning, because change is inevitable. Just as the cells in your human body regenerate and change, the turnover of energy is the same as the cells within the human body. Don't be afraid to look change squarely in the face. She likes that. It was very humanized. It can't hurt you. Only your reaction to it has the ability to wound you. There's so much love. There is great love. We love you dearly, and all will be well. Be at peace where you are. There is no rush. Okay. Well, thank you. That was a very kind and gentle energy. Well, significance of a tree. There you go. All right. And I just pulled it open before putting the cards down. And it opened to the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. It's the same thing. Again, a flowering vine behind her and a little rabbit at the bottom. And in a big comfortable chair. And she's relaxed and comfortable. Just allow yourself to be. Yesterday when I was doing a ton of yard work, I scared a little baby rabbit. So I threw some apple pieces out for it later. If you do throw out apples for rabbits, because they really love them, even though they are kind of sweet for them, make sure and take the core out, because they just gobble everything, and they don't have the ability to process or throw up anything that would make them sick. So the seeds could be problematic for them. All right. All right, let's do this. We're going to go to the Energy and Spirit Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay, very pretty deck. This one is a bunch of different messages. So I don't know, man. Maybe wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever point you are in your life, maybe something in this is going to resonate with a whole lot of people, because there's so many varying messages. Yeah, and that spirit is gone, so they came through and took her over and just took care of it. She was just in a whirlwind. That's exactly what it was. She was in an absolute whirlwind. Sometimes that happens, but there was the presence of mind, and just that little thin call I could hear. The hardest part about when you are getting started full on and in all earnestness with your mediumship practice is sometimes you don't get the validating information, and sometimes you can't validate who they are. And you just have to be okay with that, because for a long time it was like, but I have to be able to prove who they are and that they existed and blah, 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 blah. And I was driving myself crazy. And then eventually I thought, you know, it is what it is. If somebody gets it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. And methods of identification, that part is important if you're doing a private reading, or if you've got a good communicator, you want to get as much information as you can. One that has crossed over fully and is just here for a visit and a message, quiz all day long, that's great. The ones who are in transition and need help, like that woman in the tornado or whatever it was, whirlwind, I couldn't ask her questions. I could barely hear her, and she was screaming and trying hard to hold on to something. So I'm like, take her, just go. And so that's not when you stop and ask questions. So just understand you may not always be able to validate everything, okay? And sometimes they don't want to be. They just kind of want to go on about the business. They're saying I should take the one on the bottom and pay attention to it. It's family tree, expansion, and legacy. They're saying leave it there. Someone will understand what it means. It's not for me to understand, and that's why I came up with that whole spiel, or that's why I was pushed to talk about, not come up with, but that's why I was pushed, because I'm like, well, how am I talking about this right now? But that's why I was pushed to mention that you don't always get validation. So whomever needs to see that, I'll show it to you again. Card 14, family tree, expansion, and legacy. Okay. It's a very intricate card, a lot going on. All right. So, do I need to, that was it? Okay. All right. And then there's just nothing. Okay. I'm not getting anything on that, so we'll leave it. This is the one I was being pulled to. But for some reason, I kept wanting to pick that one up. So I guess someone just needed to see the family tree card. I don't know what that means for anyone, because they're not telling me. All right, this is the Sandra Ann Taylor, the Quantum Oracle. Okay. And I love the back of these. Isn't that just the coolest thing? All right, so let's go ahead and get a message. What is the dominant energy surrounding the collective today? What is the message for the collective today? Using the Quantum Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor, please. So this reading is not for Sandra Ann Taylor. This is just using her cards, but I said her name in the middle of it. So what is the dominant energy for the collective using these cards? They said pick the one right off the top. Okay, and the one on the bottom, which I flipped it over, and sure enough, here we go. Courage has been coming up all week. The first one, a road leading to who knows where. What is that glowing thing? What is that? What are these things? Hold on. What are these things? What? Okay. It just made me think of Teletubbies. There are, they're kind of the chakra colors. And there's a tree that's, okay, there's a lot going on here. Do you see the different colored blobs? Because I don't really recognize them as anything other than color blobs. And they're all along the path. But it's increase. The card is increase. You're moving from the barren, nothing here, back to the castle-looking place back there. Or it's not a castle, maybe it is. Big manor, house, castle, whatever. The color blobs, I don't understand. I'm hearing signposts. Those are like mile markers. They're signposts along your way. Pay attention. Pay attention to the signposts, synchronicities, aha moments, somebody saying something. Okay, so someone at in just conversation, or if you overhear something, or you hear a song on the radio and it seems extra loud to you, like it just increased in volume to you, even though you didn't touch it, it's because it's jumping out toward you. Someone around you is going to say something that's going to strike a chord, and you're going to be like, oh, I need to listen to that. That's for me. That's the mile marker to let you know you're on the right path, or keep going, or what it's going to be concerning, or whatever it is. But there's going to be a message. There will be a message. And it's going to come through an innocuous, it's going to come through in an innocuous way, and it's the bearer of the message will have no idea that they're giving you a message. Okay? And then this card, Courage, with a knight in armor. He's I don't feel like he's going into battle because he's really relaxed. And there's a bright light shimmering off the shoulder, and in the light, and there's a light through the woods. So the dark night of the soul is almost over, but not quite yet. This is still the dark night of the soul. This guy's finished with the battle, or this woman, whomever, it doesn't matter. That person is finished with the battle. They are finished with the dark night of the soul, and they are moving into the light. Now, interestingly, when I look at the card this way, I don't notice it. When I look at it this way, and I can see it in the... This is odd. Okay, I'm only seeing it when I see it this way, through the reflection in the camera. This, do you see this tree? This looks like a being to me. Okay, and when I turn it this way, I actually see a face in it. When I look at it this way, not so much. But when I look at it that way, I do. So, okay, whatever. But it looks like a being with a face, and it is watching over. It is watching over this knight, which is what he is. He's in a suit of armor. We're going to call him a knight. The battle is over. It was and still is a hard-fought victory, but it is still a victory. The dark night of the soul is coming to an end. Have faith and move forward in courage and walk into your light. Okay, they're saying that's it. That was the message. One more. Open it up. Okay, and this one came up before. Professional assistance. Okay, this... all right, I think this is a little bit more of a directed personal message. I have a friend who... I'll send you a message. Let you know it's for you. But you have a birthday coming up next week. Professional assistance. Reach out to someone that you haven't talked to in a little bit, a friend. They may say, that may be part of that last message. They may say something that will be of value professionally to help link you into the next position. Someone, I feel like it's coming up really soon, right around the corner. Someone is about to contact you with an opportunity or say something, and it's going to be a little, talk about out of the box. It may cause a little anxiety, but don't be afraid of it, because you're fully capable of whatever this is. But it feels like it's going to be it's still like corporation, but it's a different type. There's something different about it. But someone is about to, you just talk to people the way you talk to people. Keep in touch with friends. But someone is going to reach out to you, probably because you said, hey, how you doing? Just thinking about you. And then they are going to have you on their mind because you're just you being you. And then they may reach out in the next, I don't even think it's going to be 2 weeks. I feel it's going to be like a week and a half maybe, that they will, I'm going to say 2 just to be on the safe side, but I don't think it's going to be full 2 weeks. And then they will reach out and say, hey, have you thought about, or oh my gosh, so-and-so's doing this, or do you remember when you did da-da-da-da-da, or some kind of opportunity coming through. It's like one step is dependent on the other. Okay. All right, I'll send you a message. All right. Okay. All right, so that was it for that one. And, all right, is there anything else for the collective today? Well, considering we're at 35 minutes, probably no. All right. I just feel like I need to say peace be with you. Be in your peace. Embrace yourself in loving energy. God, I still feel something, but this feels like that same, whomever channeled through earlier, it's that divine motherly energy. Could be just divine. It is just divine mother. That's who was talking a minute ago. Thank you. Be good to yourselves and be kind to yourselves. Thank you. All right. I love you all. Be well. And we will talk soon. Bye.